Everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Neil, and I am here to do a little bit of unboxing to show you what I'm pretty excited about. Steph and I are pretty excited. I think everybody in the HK group is pretty excited about this, but the new VP9A1. Let's check it out.
Download the ASP Unlimited app for all the content you love from active self-protection and more with no interference from YouTube. No ads, no age gates, exclusive videos, seminars, classes, and more on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Android TV. Hit the link in the description or download ASP Unlimited from your app store today.
All right, so HK's done a pretty good job of keeping this a little bit under wraps, but they've been working on an upgrade to the VP9 series for quite some time here, and they are rolling out. You are going to get to see them at SHOT Show. If you're here in the ASP app, you're going to get to see them just a little bit earlier than everybody else, with the caveat that if any of you guys leak this, we'll never get this opportunity again. So don't take screenshots. Don't go tell all your friends about it. Give it the, I think we're going to be out 2 or 3 days before the actual announcement anyway. Please don't blow this for us. HK is trusting us, and by us, I mean you. So let's keep this under our hats, but this is pretty cool stuff. So, you know, I carry a HK VP9. This is my everyday carry gun. I got the Jerkman grips on there. I've got an SRO on there. This gun is actually, this particular gun is what started our relationship with HK, because John bought this gun way back in the day to carry it because of the ambidextrous, the paddle release, and this is the one where the cocking assist thing fell off. And he made a little bit of a joke about it on a video. That started a conversation with HK, and we have been working with them ever since. So this gun was bought and paid for with real American dollars by John, and then by me when I bought it from him when he went to the P30. I also have another VP9 that the reason I ended up with this one of John's is because I had some trigger work done on mine by somebody, and the trigger broke. And while it was getting fixed, John's like, well, here, take mine and use it for a class. This has got a Grey Guns trigger in it, and that's what I did, right? So then I ended up buying the gun from him because he doesn't carry a VP9 anymore. This gun has probably got somewhere upwards of 80, maybe 90,000 rounds through it. And so it's been worked up and gone back and, you know, have been looked at by folks, and everything is in good working order. But I was just thinking the other day, it's probably time that this guy might need to be retired and put up on a shelf. I love the red Jerkman grips, so you know that I'll be getting those for the new ones. But we're not here to talk about this one. I just got this one out so that I can kind of show you the differences here. So what HK came up with here is the new VP9A1s, and what's going to happen here is this is the K model, and there is an F model. The K model is kind of replacing the VP9SK, so it's just a hair smaller than the full-size model, which here, oh shoot, I should just get that out and show you so I can kind of hold them side by side. Oh, and it came with a 20 round stendo for me, so maybe because I'm special, I don't know, maybe everybody's getting that. But what you can see here is the two new ones are just different sizes. So, you know, from my perspective, it looks kind of like the take on the Glock 19 versus 17, where one's a little smaller than the other. Here, I'll come over to the camera and show you these things kind of up close. So this is the K model. What you can see is it's a little bit shorter barrel. See how the barrel is just a hair shorter than that? So what, ½ inch, ¼ inch? And the grips are a little bit shorter as well. I don't know if you can see that very well, but basically what we've got is kind of the grip of the SK here, and the barrel on this one is basically the length of the original VP9. Let me get back to where I can actually see myself on this camera. I'm trying to do this without pointing guns at myself. This is always fun doing these because I always watch guys do these things and I'm like, man, you pointed a gun at yourself 14 times. And I'm like, okay, I've checked and rechecked and double checked these kind of things. And I'm going to be swinging them around in here. I'm going to do my very best. But please, let's not go safety Nazi on me here. Let's talk about the SK first. So the cool thing about the SK is it is about, I think it's got the same barrel length, if you can see, as the original VP9. So this is got a full length barrel on it like the original did, but it's just got the smaller grip like the SK had. So that's really the big difference that we've got going on here in the outward look of it. Now, the new things that have come there is you can see they took out the finger grooves in the front of the grip. See how I have finger grooves right here? This one does not have the finger grooves, and the other one, neither of them do. But what's kind of cool here is they all come optic ready. So you can put an optic on them if you want. You can get, this is the Holosun SCS VP9 for gray. So Holosun is working with HK and are putting these things on there. This is how these guys came. It's a green dot. It's the SCS, so it's kind of the Shake Awake or the what is a solar charging one. It's got 3 different options, so I can do dot, circle dot, or circle only. I think you can get it in green and red. These are green, of course, because I don't know, everybody likes the green, I guess. I'm a little bit more of a red guy, but I'm going to try this for a little while. Other things that they've done on this, or what they've really changed up, is the trigger. So out of the box, this is going to be one of the better triggers you're going to feel. And man, it feels, it's a really nice, easy, comes to a wall, there's a break. The reset is short and sweet, and you can get right back to it. Now, I've shot these guns. If you've seen John's video on this, you saw that we shot these guns back about a month or so ago when we were out on a pheasant hunt when it was super cold and windy, but we got to shoot the guns. So let me, because I don't do this well, and my memory is not what everyone else's is. Let me read what Tommy put together from HK. So it's an enhanced trigger that has a nickel Teflon coated trigger bar, and that provides a smooth trigger pull and break. That is, and I'll tell you what, I was shocked at the way the trigger felt compared to mine with a lot of shooting through it, and it's a gray guns anyway. So the trigger is amazing out of the box. I think you're gonna love this if you haven't shot this. Well, you haven't shot this yet for the most part, but when you get to shoot this, you're gonna notice a very nice trigger out of the box. Another thing that is a real big deal that I think changes the game here with this gun versus the old gun is the old gun, I could take off the backstrap and the side panels and I could adjust that. And we had 3 sizes, small, medium, and large, and then small, medium, large on the sides, left and right, so we could do some stuff. What didn't change on that is it didn't change out the entire backstrap. So basically what you could do is you could change the gun a little bit, but you didn't really change the length of pull. You might change the angle of how your hand goes on there. So this is the large backstrap. So basically what it is it raises my hand up and changes the angle a little bit, which was better than most stuff that was out there. But what they've got now, let me grab out of here. See, I haven't even pulled these out yet. We adjusted the other one for stuff, but so now what you can see is the entire backstrap. I think you can see that. I'll put that up like so. So the entire backstrap, including the dovetail up here, comes off of this gun. And essentially what that does is it's going to change the length of pull from where your hand gets to where your finger gets to the trigger. It's going to change that dramatically. And what we've got is a small, medium, and large. And then there's an extra small and an extra large that are also going to be available through their web store. Now, I think they sent me most of them. I think this is the extra large one. No, I guess this is just the large. So so you can go to the HK web store and get the extra large one if you've got that really big, meaty mitts. I've got pretty good sized hands. I will probably put the large on when it's ready. I just pull this thing out, picked this up from my FFL last night. This is my first time really handling this thing. We're gonna head down to the range later and do some first shots. Steph and I are, but man, I really like the idea of changing the length of pull to fit my own hand. So I think what it says on the paper here is that it's upwards of 54 combinations, depending on how you wanna do side panels, versus backstrap, and of course you've got a left panel and a right panel. On this one, we did a really quick fitting for Steph last night. You know, she's got tiny little hands with really tiny short little fingers. So what we did is we put the small backstrap on, and then we put a small on the left, and we put a medium on the right, just to kind of fill in that gap. And I tell you what, it's the first time I've seen Steph excited about a new gun in a long time, and the giggle that she made when she put this thing in her hand and it actually fit was worth the wait. You know, that's one thing. I don't know if you've watched much of Steph shooting, but that's been one of the challenges because of the size of her hands. She just really struggles to find a gun that fits her very well. She's got some custom work done on her VP9 that she carries just so that it fits her. But this one made her giggle last night, and I can't wait to get down to the range and shoot it for the first time. A couple of more things about these. The full-size one, your mags that you've got for VP9s are going to work, so you don't have to go out and buy new mags. You can, of course, but we all know that HK mags run, what, $50 a piece, so all the ones that you've accumulated over the years, you can keep and use. Now, what happens if you go to the K model is the full-size ones fit, but there's going to be that little gap that's down here. So you can still use them if you want to go train or whatever, but you're going to have to get the correct size. This one is a 15+1 in the K model. The F model, I'm going to have trouble getting that figured out. The F model is going to still be the 17+1 unless you get the extendo that gets out to 20, which then kind of looks like so. Now, I don't know that, you know, carrying something like that, that's really going to print pretty bad for us. So these are great for training, but for the EDC, this is the way to go. You know, at first I thought that losing the little finger ridges was going to be weird. I didn't even notice it when I first shot it. The first few shots through, if you go watch that video, it's not even recognizable. It doesn't come into play in your grip whatsoever. But what it does do is, depending on the size of your fingers, if you don't have the right size fingers to fit these gaps, things get a little bit wonky in our grip, and we might lose some contact space. So. This is a big upgrade, I think. The trigger in and of itself is a lot like having a custom trigger done out of the box. The the nickel-plated Teflon stuff and all of that kind of stuff, that's all technical speak for it shoots good, which is really, really fun. And the length of pull opportunity to change that and custom fit that to your hand. It's going to make sure that this gun fits you or this gun fits you so that you can kind of do what you want and make it yours. One of the other really big things about this is that the HK is a really reliable gun. And I know everybody talks about, like Glock reliability and everybody, and there's lots of good guns out there. I'm not saying that that anybody isn't reliable, but, and we're talking about, upwards of 80, 90,000 rounds through this guy with, I've changed out a couple of springs, and I think I've gone through 2 Trijicon SROs and changed out some grips to get them re-gripped and retexturized and all this kind of stuff. But look at this gun. I mean, you can see this thing's come in and out of my trigger a few 100,000 times in dry fire and all that kind of stuff. And this thing is really held up. These are, the new ones are going to be the same thing. And one of the things that when I was talking with Bill about was the reliability and the fact that, these guns make people better shooters. Now, not everybody's a good shooter. Not everybody's even average. The average is the 50 percentile. So, 49% of people are going to be below average, right? But what we see is people that train a lot become really good shooters, and to be able to train a lot, you have to have gear that is reliable and will hold up. These things are made to hold up, and as clearly as you can see from mine, you can see the one that John carries every day and trains with. Steph carries an HK. I know just a ton of people that carry HK, and while yes, there's some out there that somebody had a problem with this, that, or the other thing, it's very rare that you hear about a problem with an HK just simply because they're a good quality gun that stand up. So I'm going to head down to the range and shoot these. I just wanted to get kind of the unboxing so that you can kind of see what they're about. I'm probably going to put the big backstrap on before I head down there. It's a 40-degree day here in South Dakota, which is odd in December. So we're going to make the most of it, get these things zeroed. I don't know what I'm going to feel about this dot just because I'm used to looking through, a window that's the size of my truck windshield. But other than that, there's nothing about this thing that doesn't excite me. I am pretty excited to try this window and try the green dot versus I've always been a red dot guy. My eyes seem to pick up red just a little bit better, but I'm going to give the green a go, and I'll let you know how it goes. So thanks for watching. Again, if you're in the app and you're watching this, zip it so that they can trust us for the next one, because there's more stuff probably coming, and maybe we'll get to tell you about that early too.